GM Philosopher answers questions. Let's go. How do I stop railroading without the game falling apart? Easy. You have zero preconceived notions about how the story is going to end. Literally zero. I talk about this a lot, but for the sake of this, the format of this video, quick, fast, off the script, off the rip, I am going to lay it out for you in very clear terms. Have no pre-planned ending. Simply show the players opportunities and then see where they go. Player-led, player-driven narrative. This is how you don't railroad. And then when you think to yourself, yeah, but the game's falling apart. How's it falling apart? Well, it's not going the way I prepped it. Good. We don't want it to go the way we prepped it. We want it to go in the direction the players want. This is when your games become truly magical. They become truly transcendent. So here's what you do. You set up cool ideas for things going on. You show those things to your players. Your players may or may not buy into them. If your players buy into them, they're going to change it all. They're going to step in. They're going to, capture that assassin. They're going to talk these people out of trying to fight them. They're going to get these people to be their allies. They're going to convince the wild beasts to be their mounts. They're going to do all kinds of crazy things. And every time they do something you did not expect, that's called the game having a soul of its own and taking off in a better direction. And when you say, well, how am I supposed to plan the big bad fight? Some things can be kind of planned to happen and you have no idea how they're going to happen. Maybe there's going to come a time when the Dark Lord of the nation is going to confront them and say, you know what, I've had just about enough, as he, pounds his huge magic mace into his, armored palm, and he's going to say, I've had just about enough of you meddling heroes trying to stop me from subjugating the land. It is time for a beatdown, right? But when is this going to happen? This could happen anytime. You might envision it happening in his throne room, but it might not be. He might bring his minions and teleport them to where the players are after they finish fighting the beholder he sent after them when they defeat it, and he just reaches a point of, you know what, I've had enough. So he shows up, and that's when the boss fight is. We want to be so flexible with these things, super flexible. That's how you keep it from falling apart. Games are not falling apart when you're managing every session with a player-first mindset. That's really the key. So if you are doing that, right, if you're tracking what's going on right now in the moment, letting the players set the chapters, set the tones, set the stage, and then you are the one just filling in the brilliant world around them and role-playing in a reactionary and sometimes proactive way based on what they're doing and based on what the story calls for. Friend, your game's not gonna fall apart. You're gonna have the most brilliant game. Your players are gonna think, how is the GM planning for all this? He's a wizard. But the truth is, you may not be planning for any of it. All you're doing is you are playing with them. You're co-creating with them. This is when the magic happens, friends. So no railroading. We don't like railroading here. Linear storylines, don't need them. Let the player characters create the line. Let them create the storyline. And then you create the pixels around them. Yes, show them things. Show them plot arc things. You can have things fleshed out. You just don't know how they're going to go down because you don't know what the player characters are going to do. And that's some of the beauty of TTRPGs. Friends, don't forget to join my Discord. We're over 500 GMs strong. Link is in the description. Empowering Game Masters to run better games is the mission here at GM Philosophy. Make sure you download my free ebook, Level Up Your Next Session, with a 10-minute read, and make sure you buy my newest book, The Advanced Art of TTRPG Game Mastery, if you want to run emotionally resonant sessions where your player characters are literally on the edge of their seat, engaged, enthralled, taking your games to a transcendent level. That's what I wrote this book to help you do. Tactics, philosophies, insights to help you take your games to the next level. It's the best thing I've ever written. It's going to go down in history as one of the best books ever published on the subject of running transcendent TTRPGs. Friends, thank you so much for coming back for another video. I'll see you on the next one.